going to take overall control of this council, and we're all waiting for the man himself.
Too far. Next lady. maybe throw a question to what do you think of what's the make today? I think the success of today will transpire equally in the next general election. Yeah. Yeah, but you know the answer. Well, he's going to say, yeah. I would have not stumped, but see what he's going to say. He's going to say at least he'll give something. Yeah. You can't really get on the right side, so everybody goes on their hand. Have you heard from Mr. Trump on your success today? Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. Quite straight. Yeah. You can have that one. Yeah, alright, go on. Okay, thank you. Probably has. Sat on the toilet tweeting away. That's the problem. Truth in the way now. Truth away on not telling the truth or truth. I think we should cause his social media rather. I think that's his whole personality. Run on. He needs to have no viable counts for how successful he is. It's not exclusive anyway.
Said that was your last night in the night.
It's going to be fun.
I'm trying to make him
Come on, fuck's sake.
Let me tell you what a good guy he is. You look up and he's driving down the straight line.
One minute, that's great. Thank you.
Right, here we go. Eyes down, looking. We're doing this. Let's go get I'll dial in just in case you I muted it because you're on the phone. We're a form, we don't retreat. Not a retreat, just tactical. go, mate. Let's go. No, not for a bit.
Thank you guys, very good. Keep pushing back for me.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Mike, out of the way. Out of the way.
Excellent. Good morning, everybody. I am delighted to be here in the sunshine outside Havering Town Hall, which I can now say is under new management. And I'm absolutely and it's significant. It's our first win of a borough in London. Are being wiped out by reform in many of their most traditional areas, and what you're going to see later on today is the Conservative Party being wiped out in their heartlands like Essex. So London goes a bit against the trend in that the Conservatives and Labour have held up in some of the other boroughs. But I think overall what's happened is a truly historic shift in British politics. We've been so used to thinking about politics in terms of left and right, and yet what Reform are able to do is to win in areas that have always been Conservative, but equally we're proving in a big way we can win in areas that Labour have dominated, frankly, since the end of World War I. At the moment we're winning 1 in 3 of all the seats that are up. But I genuinely think the best is yet to come. I'm very excited about the North East results, the Yorkshire results, some more to come in the West Midlands. Essex, we're feeling supremely confident, and that's significant given that half the Cheddar Cabinet have seats in Essex. So it's a big, big day. It's a big, big day, not just for our party, but for a complete reshaping of British politics in every way. And it all goes to show that over the course of the last 2 years, through in the general election, a very, very rapid rate. I'm thrilled and delighted and happy to take any questions.
Nigel,
Nigel,
it's
good
early
morning,
in the
Britain.
counting process so far. There's a lot still to come.
Yes.
You've clearly made a lot of gains. You're clearly doing very well. How well do you think you'll do by the end of the day?
The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. I'm very excited about the prospects for us in Sunderland, in Barnsley, in Calderdale, in Wakefield, Cannock Chase, areas like that. And by the way, we took Newcastle under Lyme from the Conservatives, but there are going to be some big, big Labour wins. And perhaps in historic terms, Wales is the biggest of all. Labour have not lost an election in Wales since 1922. I couldn't tell you whether Plaid will be first or we're going to be first, but what I can tell you is it's going to be a tight race between the two. So Wales, historically significant.
Nigel, live on Good Morning Britain. A lot of sentiment there. What about specifics, though? What are you actually going to do for communities, councils up and down the country?
Well, we've got a track record now. Where we have majority control of the 10 councils we won on May the 1st last year, 1 year in, we can say hand on heart we've already saved over £300 million, and we've kept our council tax rises lower than any of the other parties running comparable counties. And if you doubt me, the IFS actually yesterday backed that up. So we are delivering value for money. What we're going to do here is, whilst many of these are new to politics, we've also got some old lags. Sorry,
Thanks,
Keith.
pal, yeah.
Well, you weren't the council leader, So we've also got some experience of how to run this place, and we're very excited about the prospects. By the way, we all know that finances of local councils all over the country are severely stretched, and we're not promising miracles, but we are promising good value for
I
money.
recognise that this might be a protest vote, though, against Labour and Keir Starmer, and that's why people are coming to Reform when it comes to the general election. Results might look very different.
Well, have a look at last year. Last year we far exceeded expectations in the counties that were fought. It can't continue to be a fluke or a protest vote. I would honestly say you're witnessing an historic shift in British politics. This is now the most national of all parties. We're competitive in the north of Scotland. We were competitive in Cornwall, in the county and we're here to stay.
For local
Yeah.
councils, you've had some difficult questions about your own funding. £5 million.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that any other time you like. Go on.
Nigel, we've heard it claimed before that the old two-party system is dead. What makes this time different? So these results that you're heading for number 10.
Well, look, I think, apart from in which Labour have held up well overnight, the Conservatives so in Wandsworth, Labour and Conservative parties would view London as their stronghold. Results. Greater Manchester, Tameside being an example, we won all the seats that were up overnight. And one of the big ones I'm looking forward to on Merseyside is, Boris Johnson. What you're going to see today from us goes way, way further than that. And I think what you're seeing three ways. So I see that this set of elections was like our Beecher's Brook. You've got to clear the safely if you're going to go on and win the Grand National. And a big set of elections between now and the general election, and I think we're in a very good place. And our lead, if you look at our lead over the other parties, it's consistently about 9.5%.
You talked about voting reform to get Keir Starmer out this
Yes.
morning. He said he takes responsibility for the results, but he isn't going anywhere. Do you think that will change over the next few years?
I suspect when you see the full results in the Red Wall, there'll be a rebellion. Personally, I'd be very sad to see the Prime Minister go. I would be very, very sad indeed. He's the greatest asset we've got.
Yeah. It's like the Conservatives will win no seats in Havering. What has the result for Conservatives nationally? And could we be about to see Hexit, Havering leaving London as a result of this?
Well, look, as far as Havering, their association is resented being part of ought to have the choice to make a decision on. Now, here ought to have more broad see as well. What you're going to see by the end of today is that whilst the Conservative Party have the odd pocket of strength in very affluent areas, they will cease to be a national political party. And I made the point earlier that we are competitive right down from the southwest of England up to the northeast of Scotland. And I would honestly say now that we are the only true national party. We're competitive everywhere.
Nigel, Sky News,
Yes.
what's your next perform yesterday? How do you seal the deal with the whole country?
Who think, well, it's still all a bit new. Is it really here to stay? We did it last year, we've done it again this year, and we will go on doing it between now and the next general election. And we are the position reflects where we were in 2024. It does not reflect where we are now. If you want to pass it to the work, feel they're paying more and more money, getting less and less in their pocket, we are your choice. And that's the reshaping of politics. It's not about left and right, but increasingly it's about whether you go to work or not. And I've had that all over the country. The one other thing I would say, going around, and I've been 9 weeks on the road, non-stop, 6 days a week, as far north as the Shetland Islands. One thing that consistently I get in the street from people, especially from women actually, is please save us. Please save us. A sense that society is in rapid decline, law and order, antisocial behaviour, shoplifting, whatever it is, please save us. There is a feeling out there that have mattered to people their whole lives. The kind of country they want their kids and grandkids to live in is very, very severely under threat.
Even if you get up and go to work in the morning, don't get given 25 million quid out of nowhere.
Thank you very much. You were very valuable. Good man.
Cost of living's a big thing.
Sorry.
What's the next general election?
When's the next general election?
What's the next step to win a general election?
Oh, to keep building, to keep building, to keep building, to keep building our data, to select our candidates for the general election. I mean, look, we've still got a lot of work to do. I was asked before Christmas how complete the reform project was. I said we're about halfway there. We're now more than 2/3 of the way to where we need to be in terms of planning, preparation, professionalisation, fundraising, all of those things. But listen, we're here with a purpose. I mean, we want to turn the country around. We all feel it's headed in the wrong direction on a number of major issues. Frankly, many people find the societies they're living in unrecognisable from just a few short years ago. This is stuff of the heart. This is really emotive stuff that matters to people.
Will you be accepting any more defections?
No, doors closed. Sorry. Rosa came. He's very welcome. But no more Tories anymore. No.
Any more Labour?
Well, who knows? Who knows? I mean, we've already had Sir Robin Wales from Newham, you know, former council leader and actually quite a legend in local government in Labour. And I think the time for conversations with patriotic old Labour representatives is now. So I will take Labour defections.
How long do you think Keir Starmer's got left in him?
I would suspect that the rumblings are going to start even before the King's speech on the 13th of May. He'd be lucky to still be there by midsummer, would be my guess. But as I say, personally, I think he's a great chap, and I really want him to stay.
One question, in terms of our views, really, what can reform offer them?
We have stuck ourselves into an insanity on energy. It was the Conservative Party that signed us up to net zero, that decided there was no need to be a manufacturing nation, no need to produce our own oil and gas. What we are paying...
This war hasn't helped.
No, and nor did the Ukraine war. And there are always events beyond our control, which is why we should be absolutely self-sufficient in the production of oil and gas, but also we've lost the refining ability. It's one of the reasons that diesel is so expensive. We're not able to produce it. So, you know, look at Norway. They opened 49 new drill sites last year on their side of the North Sea. In fact, you can actually see some of the new Norwegian rigs from our rigs that are currently being decommissioned. We opened 0 last year, and what this war has told us, above all else, is that we need to be as self-sufficient in energy and as self-sufficient in food as we possibly can be. And not relevant here in Havering, in the fight every single solar farm application on good farmland. So if we produced our own gas, liquefying it, producing it is the same price here, both onshore and offshore.
In this war in Iran, that would help prices over here?
I think the war in Iran is very close to an end.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Right, can I ask you all to take one step back? Yeah. Do one piece of camera for our social media. So we're going to do the same again, nice horseshoe, and Nigel's going to do this one for our camera. Thank you very much.
Sorry, no, we have to use it for our camera. Right, everyone give the mic his space. What's happening? Mate,
We're going to do two. We're going to do one Havering message and one national message.
Right.
Just before 9 a.m, I'm here in the London Borough of Havering, and we've won overall control of this council. It's our first big victory in London, and full credit to the guys and girls here, full credit to Andrew Rosendale, who came across to us a few months ago, and we're very excited about what we can do. like Essex. So London goes a bit against the trend in that the Conservatives and Labour have held up. In some of the other boroughs.
All to keep moving back. Then you get Nigel with these cameras here. So please do this for me, thank you.
Out the way.
I'd go, mate.
Thank you guys, keep pushing back for me.
Excellent. Good morning, everybody. I am delighted to be here in the sunshine outside Havering Town Hall, which I can now say is under new management. And I'm absolutely and it's significant. It's our first win of a borough in London, and that in some ways goes against the trend, because the pattern that's emerging over the country is that Labour are being wiped out by reform in many of their most traditional areas, and what you're going to see later on today is the Conservative Party being wiped out in their heartlands like Essex. So London goes a bit against the trend in that the Conservatives and Labour have held up in some of the other boroughs. But I think overall what's happened is a truly historic shift in British politics. We've been so used to thinking about politics in terms of left and right, and yet what Reform are able to do is to win in areas that have always been Conservative, but equally we're proving in a big way we can win in areas that Labour have dominated, frankly, since the end of World War I. At the moment, we're winning 1 in 3 of all the seats that are up, but I genuinely think the best is yet to come. I'm very excited about the North East results, the Yorkshire results, some more to come in the West Midlands. Essex, we're feeling supremely confident, and that's significant given that half the Cheddar Cabinet have seats in Essex. So it's a big, big day. It's a big, big day, not just for our party, but for a complete reshaping of British politics in every way. And it all goes to show that over the course of the last 2 years, since we made that breakthrough in the general election, we have professionalised the party. We've done it at a very, very rapid rate. I'm thrilled and delighted and happy to take any questions.
Nigel,
Nigel,
it's
good
only
morning,
in the
Britain.
counting process so far. There's a lot still to come.
Yes.
You've clearly made a lot of gains. You're clearly doing very well. How well do you think you'll do by the end of the day?
The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. I'm very excited about the prospects for us in Sunderland, in Barnsley, in Calderdale, in Wakefield, Cannock Chase, areas like that. And by the way, you know, we took Newcastle under Lyme